Did you watch the Goy Bowl this year? The Super Bowl, the halftime show, the stupid Jew commercials. We're going to talk about all of it. I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. Let's get into it.
The Right Wing has been excellent. Jared Wright, Christian nationalist influencer.
So in case you missed it, 2 nights ago, we had Super Bowl 60, the Seahawks and the Patriots. You probably don't care about that. I really didn't either. Yeah, I loosely follow sports. You know, I played sports my whole life. But the Super Bowl, like, nobody cares anymore. It's turned into the Goy Bowl, the Goyim Bowl. And so, like, we're all kind of waking up to this idea. It's like, man, this really doesn't matter. Who even cares about this thing anymore? And on top of that, on top of, you know, the whole, like, Coliseum, you know, give them bread and a circus and they'll be happy thing, we get some of the most embarrassing moments I've ever seen in television history between the absolute awful Super Bowl performance by Bad Bunny. Yes, it was awful. We're going to talk about it. And also the stupidest Jewish hate commercial I've ever seen in my entire life. We're going to break it all down because it is something else. So let's just go ahead and dive into the Bad Bunny halftime show. Because what is it? First off, who is Bad Bunny? He's this weird Puerto Rican singer, extremely sexual. He's a cross-dresser. He's definitely liberal. I think his name's like Benito or something, but he goes by Bad Bunny because that's, you know, obviously like normal mental health status. You just go by weird names like Bad Bunny. And his music sucks. Like, objectively, it's pretty bad. I don't understand why people like it. It's like, just because you're beating, like, the music in the back is okay doesn't mean it's a good song. The words are terrible. But they're in Spanish, so that makes it so cool, right? No. There was obviously a lot of controversy behind this whole halftime show in which Turning Point USA, who I'm also not a big fan of, made their own halftime show, the All-American halftime show, to kind of like, you know, punch back because people didn't like this dude who only really speaks Spanish coming to do their halftime show for the Super Bowl, an objectively American English event. Nobody wants that. Only, you know, Puerto Ricans and ultra libs want that crap. So, you know, I kind of had to loosely watch the game. You know, I had it on the TV in the background. I watched the Turning Point halftime show. A lot of it actually went over my head at first. I didn't watch any of Bad Bunny. All my stuff came after the fact. I started watching some of the things, reading some of the things that we're going to read. It's wild. So what happened on the Bad Bunny show? First and foremost, we're going to pull up. It was extremely sexual. It was not even like, I can't even describe to you how disgusting it is. It is straight up sodomy, fornication on TV. And the fact that our kids are going to be watching it, our kids are going to be seeing these things, and this is supposed to be normalized. And this is what the people want. It's just extremely sexual. It's also, at the same time, extremely non-white. There's like no white people there. You look at this crowd right here. This crowd is just all Hispanics. That's not America. Like, I'm sorry. This is a white Christian country. If you don't like that, don't come here. That's what we are, and that's what we want to be. That's not white supremacy. It's just fact. That's what we are. But this shows it's just a big conglomerate of Hispanics and their music. It's not what we want. We don't want a Spanish halftime show. We don't want a whole bunch of this, right? We get all of the sexual weirdness. We get the gay sex. Let me just pull this one up. The gay sex was one of the worst things. These dudes behind it grinding on each other. Are you kidding me? This is our All-American halftime show, supposed to be for great family viewing time. What? It's gay sex. It's sodomy on the TV. Are you kidding me? We're scrolling through it. It blew my mind. And you get whatever the hell this is. What even are these bushes going across the screen? People are saying this is how they came across the border to begin with. They dressed up like cacti or something. Like, what are they doing, bro? Honestly, pretty good ghillie suits. I can't even lie. Pretty sweet ghillie suits. And then, you know, he holds the football out. And it's, you know, he has this, you know, controversial statement. What does it even say? Together, we are America. That's what it says. Together, we are America. Dog, America is here. America is the United States. The United States is America. Nobody gives two rips about Canada. Nobody gives two rips about Mexico. That's why they don't stay there. They try to get into the States. Together we are American. Puerto Rico, first off, Puerto Ricans are not Americans. Let's set the precedent right now. I know you're going to say, but Jared, they're citizens. Okay, you know what? They might be paperwork Americans. That doesn't mean they're Americans. They're not. They're objectively not. And also, they claim to be Puerto Ricans. They literally say, I am a Puerto Rican. If you say, I am a Puerto Rican, that means, hey, you're Puerto Rican. You're not American. Just like I don't say, I'm a Georgian when I describe my activity or my place of dwelling. I don't say that. I say, no, I'm an American. I live in Georgia. Okay. People don't say I'm Tennessean. That's not what you do. Your identity is within your country because that's what we identify as. Not I am Puerto Rican. So no, they're not American. Also, they have the highest food stamp percentage of any place by far. 47% of the people in Puerto Rico are on food stamps off of our taxpayer money. That's ridiculous. So no, not American. Not American. Together we are America. That's a bunch of bullcrap. So to kind of hold this back and forth, what does TPUSA do? They have an interesting show. Kid Rock comes out. Kid Rock is an interesting guy. He has an interesting background. He's a little wild. He's a little out there. Always has been. And he kind of surprised people. He plays his old hit song like 20 years ago that's very vulgar. And he's lip syncing really badly, almost like he's not even trying to say the lyrics. And people are caught off guard by it. And then first off, you had all kinds of people before that. You had Lee Brice come on. You had Brantley Gilbert. You had the chick. I don't even remember what her name is. She was halfway decent. She sings a couple songs. It was not bad. It was definitely more country. Definitely my vibe. Not freaking Hispanic sex music. So it was decent. I'll give it that. Kid Rock comes out. He does this terrible lip sync. That was pretty bad. But there's a reason behind it. So then comes the classical, kind of like hymnal music. It's really nice. And then Kid Rock comes out and he presents the gospel. He sings another song. He presents his actual name. Instead of Kid Rock, he presents himself as, Richard Ritchie, or whatever it may be. I forgot now. But he completely changes personas and he says, this is who I am. Jesus saved me. And he presents the gospel. This is who I was. This is who I am now. Presents the gospel to millions of people. How beautiful is that? That's what it's all about. That is the family-friendly stuff that we want to see. That's the content we want to see. Now, let's just contrast it again. Let's contrast it again to Bad Bunny. I got some lyrics for you. I got to hold this to read it. And I'm going to bleep some of these out because they're a little wild here. Auntie asked me if I have a lot of girlfriends. A lot of girlfriends. Today I have one. Tomorrow I have another. Today I have one. Tomorrow I have another. That's a pretty good lifestyle, Gotta love that, Bad Bunny. And, like I said, excuse any of the bad language. I'm just going to read these. These are the English translations of his Spanish songs, by the way. How about this one? Let's take a selfie. Say cheese. Let the ones I already smile. Whoa, that's kind of weird now. I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP, eh? What? Then we scroll down towards the bottom here. The one from Barcelona that came by the plane and says that my is fire. The lyrics are honestly awful. And this one's all about all the different girls and all the places they're from. And apparently, his penis is fire. It's explicitly sexual. Like, it's disgusting. My dick is being chased and I want you to hide it. Grab it like a bonga. She took a pill that made her horny. She's in the Audi, not in the Honda. Hey, there's our children, family friendly, guys, family friendly. Let's just go to the next one. When she twerks, she doesn't stop. She smokes and gets horny, eh? She'll call you if she needs you, eh? Talking to her boyfriend that she's cheating on him with Bad Bunny, apparently. But for now, she's alone. She twerks. Yeah, you're right. And finally, to just round it out, Puerto Rico, so great. Hey, it's so great. P.R.A., land of Mayelo and Tego Calderon. Let's go to the bleachers and line up a blunt. Puerto Rico's so effing great. Hey, it's so effing great. If it's so effing great, why don't you go back to Puerto Rico and stop doing Super Bowls in America? Because we don't want you here. Honestly, your music sucks. And nobody wants you here. Nobody wants you performing the Super Bowl. Puerto Rico's so effing great. Go sleep with everybody's girlfriend and smoke your blunts and be a Puerto Rican. How simple is that? I don't know if it can get much simpler. So that kind of sums up the halftime controversy and where I stand. And objectively, the thing is, I'm not even a fan of Turning Point, but I wasn't going to watch that freaking, idiot on stage dancing sexually, watching all that. I saw this after the fact. It's disgusting. This is what they want to normalize. They want to normalize the most heinous, disgusting acts and make you think it's okay to watch. It's just a halftime show. It's just music. Oh, it's everywhere. You can't even watch TV without that stuff. I don't care. I don't want it here. It's nasty. It's disgusting. It's evil. It's satanic. And it is perversion. How simple is that? I don't want it here. And it's not just because he's Puerto Rican. That plays a role, but the sexual side of it plays another role. I don't think our children should be watching as a, family American halftime show. That's not our culture. That's not what we do. Maybe it's Puerto Rican's culture. By his music, he makes it sound like it. Go do that in Puerto Rico. I'm still going to tell you it's wrong, but I definitely don't want it in my country. Go back to freaking Puerto Rico. That's my take on it. So yeah, I may lose some followers. I don't care. I already have. If you haven't found out, I don't really care what y'all think of this. I give you my opinion. Like it, follow. Don't like it, don't follow. I don't give two rips. That's just the facts. But let's just go ahead and follow it up. The stupidest commercial I've ever seen in my life. The Dirty Jew commercial, the Robert Kraft special, $15 million supposedly, to make this commercial where a kid more than likely put a sticker on his own backpack that said Dirty Jew on it. And then a black kid comes up and covers it with a blue square. It says, it's okay. They hated me too. Now they're best buds. Hey, look, Tyrone, I got news for you, bro. That guy's not your friend. By the way, his family was probably the ones doing the slave trade that enslaved your family that you complain about so much. So, Tyrone, maybe leave Weinstein alone, okay? They ain't your friend. And neither one of y'all are even actually hated. Jewish hate. Stop Jewish hate. Stop Jewish hate. Look, I don't support hatred. I support justified harsh criticism of actions and such. And no, I don't think we should just automatically hate and despise all Jewish people. I don't think that's a good thing. I would consider myself an anti-Semite because that's what I've been labeled. I just accept it and go with it. It's like, you know what? Fine, I'll just be one. But, I don't necessarily accept hate. I don't think that's good. We're called to love, not hate. But we are called to call out evil. I'm going to call out the evil of the Jews, a satanic religion. That's what it is. It's demonic. It's satanic. They do not worship the same God as us. And this commercial was stupid. Everyone laughed. Everyone thought it was so funny, which it was. It was objectively hilarious because it was so stupid. It was so retarded. And I can't even do it. I know you saw it. The obviously Jewish kid and everything going on. It was dumb. Everybody knows it's dumb. Everyone's laughing about it. And they spent $15 million on this. If you think that they're going to spend $15 million on that bullcrap and they're not putting their propaganda elsewhere and spending way more money in better ways, you're high. It's everywhere. This whole propaganda stuff. It's anti-white. It is hatred of white people. And that's why I call it the Goy Bowl now. The Super Bowl? No, there's nothing super about it. It's the Goy Bowl. The Jews are putting on. They're distracting us. They're trying to put propaganda out. It's disgusting. That's all it is. It's just false entertainment to keep you going and going and going. All of it. Even the division with Bad Bunny. I'm going to call it out. I think it's dumb. I think it was evil. It was orchestrated to create division. That's why they did it. Everything about it. So maybe we should, I don't know, try to push away from the division, but we can also accept truth. We can call out evil. And that's exactly what I think all of this whole thing was. And if you think so, you should follow along. Hit the subscribe button. All the buttons down below. I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. And until next time, I hope y'all have a great day.